Hey guys, Jeff Palomas here from Simolo Customs, back with another one of our manufacturing series episodes. Today is pretty cool. We're going to actually show you our first piece of equipment that we want to feature. This is going to be the press brake. This machine is responsible for taking any of our flat sheet material that we need to turn into a bracket or a cross member or anything like that. Any flat sheet metal that needs to be bent. This is the machine that does it. So what I want to do first is just kind of give you an overview of the machine itself, and then we'll actually get into how it works. So here we go. Okay, so here it is. This is a 40-ton press brake. The die bed is just over 5 feet wide, so we can do a full 4x8 sheet on here if we need to bend a full width sheet. This is a electric over hydraulic, and what that means is we have a large electric motor running the hydraulic pump here. We've got the hydraulic tank, so that's full of hydraulic fluid. Fluid comes through here, goes through the pump, goes into our proportioning valve, and that controls the rate of fluid to our 2 cylinders. So we've got a large cylinder in that corner, another cylinder in that corner, and that is what causes the top die to go up and down. While we're up here, we have this little guy, and this limits our stroke of the die. So basically, I'll show you it a little bit further down the road. But what that does is essentially is what dictates the angle of the bend by just limiting how high those or how low those cylinders go up and down. So let's have a look here. I'm going to turn the power off so we can go into the power box, and we can have a look here. It's a relatively simple machine, but there's still quite a bit inside. So you can see that's just phasing off. But there you go. For a relatively simple machine, there's still quite a bit of wiring in there. Okay, so how this guy works, I'll show you here. Let's get a better angle on that. You can see there's a top die here, and this is your lower die here. And what happens basically is this top die will come down into this lower die and form your piece. So basically, there's a lot of adjustments depending on your material thickness and obviously what angle that you want that sheet metal. You might want it at a 45 or a 22 degrees or a 90 degrees. And then also there's a tightness of the bend you can see on this die, so we can actually flip this die around and then line it up again with the top die, and you can get your different thicknesses or different it is partially for thickness of material, but also for the tightness of the bend. We can also put different top dies on the machine, so if we wanted a larger radius die on there, so we had a soft corner, we can do that as well. So it's quite versatile. We do make some custom dies, top and bottom, so that we can do some unique bends. But that's basically, the simple version or simple explanation of the machine. Now I'm going to actually take a minute and we will bend a piece. Okay, so let's turn the machine on. Get the safety stop off. We're going to power up the unit. Let it warm up, and then we're going to start the hydraulics. So you can see we've got different settings here. This machine also has a backstop, which you can see right here. So this backstop is electronically controlled, so it can move back and forth to give you your depth, and then you can also run them side to side for larger width material. But this we can set to back your material against and then get repeatable bends. The other cool thing with this is that this machine is an NC bender, so we can store parts in here and it will know to move that backstop on its own after we finish the first bend. So this backstop will run back and then it will be set up for the next bend, and then so it's a semi-automatic bender. Okay, we're going to bend a piece here. What we're bending right now is 3/16 thick. This just came off our CNC machine. We've got a lot of these brackets to make. Interesting thing with this is we can make at this point it's just a flat piece of material, but we can make a left and a right out of it. And in this particular case, we do need left and right brackets. So we either orient the machine or the tab this way or this way when we bend it, and that will dictate whether we have a left or a right bracket. The guys have been doing, my production guys have been doing a bunch of these pieces, so I don't want to mess with the machine. They have it all dialed in, but we are going to go ahead and bend one of these just to show you guys how it works. So here we go. We're going to line it up here. So I've got it lined up. Again, these guys have this already all preset. And all I'm going to do, we just have this in manual mode, and we're going to go ahead and run this. We could do it in the semi-automatic if we were doing several bends at the same time, but for this purpose, we're just going to do it manual. So we're just going to bring it down. And there you've got your bent piece. And again, there's a left and a right. So now I've got two different pieces here, two different sides out of the same piece of material. So yeah, super cool machine. Okay, so that's the rundown on the press brake. Just a super quick overview to give you an idea of one of the pieces of equipment that we have and what we do with that piece of equipment. I don't want to go too crazy into detail because it's going to bore some people, but we hope, you know, for the people that aren't experts on this, that they can understand what this machine does a little bit better now, and how the brackets, when you have one of our vehicles, how those brackets are made. You can see the guys here have been working on a bunch of this stuff. So they've got a bunch more to bend here, and that'll be all done next week. And then it'll get off to powder coat, and then we end up with a piece like this. So we've got two bends on it. So a lot of work goes into these parts, you know, right from the design, start of the design, to the CNC programs that have to be made, the machining, then they have to be bent, then off to powder coat, and then they come back and become a part. So anyways, guys, have a great Friday, have a great weekend, and I hope you learned something from that and enjoyed it. We'll talk to you later.